Forced to work from home by your employer? Laid off or feeling depressed at home? Do you want to make money working from anywhere? We'll show you how to do it from your couch. It's time for another episode of the Work From Home Show. Coming to you from their homes in Austin, Texas and Tampa, Florida, here are your hosts, Adam and Naresh.
What up, homies, homeboys, homegirls, home trans, and my co-host Adam. I'm Naresh Vissa. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Work From Home Show. And today we're going to answer a listener question. So
people love us already.
Yes, we're increasing. We're what, 18 listeners? So
no, 20, man. One of our shows has 20 already.
Oh, 20? Okay, 20 listeners. So we're really working our way up, and we're starting to get those listener questions in. Wow, I was actually surprised at how many emails we've gotten, and even the demographic of the people listening. I did not expect people above the age of 55 listening to or finding us. I honestly did not think that was our market, but it looks like we have a pretty wide segment.
We're all diverse.
Yeah, and speaking of that older demographic, they're very, very concerned about the coronavirus, much more than my demographic here in Florida, which some of you have probably seen on the news. It's actually they're treating it like a joke. I mean, the beaches here in Florida, last weekend, you couldn't even find parking. I have some friends, husband and wife couple. They went to the beach. I don't know why they did, but they went to the beach and they came back because there was no parking, zero parking. They drove 45 minutes one way, and when they were coming back, they were stuck in traffic. That's how many people were at the beach last weekend. Yeah, but let's get to a listener question. We're going to do these pretty frequently because we're starting to rack up the emails. And a lot of these questions are relevant to our listeners as a whole. So get your questions in. hello@workfromhomeshow.com. That's hello@workfromhomeshow.com. The first question that we're going to talk about, and it's the only question we're going to talk about on this episode, because I think we can have a good discussion about it. This one comes from Melody. Melody, thanks for reaching out. Melody told us, quote, "There is a strong possibility that I may be going from working in an office as a customer service representative on the insurance verification team of my company to working from home. I'm not sure if my job is still going to be the same. Please give me some suggestions of what to expect. I've been listening to your podcast and writing down some notes. Aside from the fear and worry of the CV-19 pandemic, I'm actually very worried about working from home. I have never worked from home before. I am not crazy about this change. I like to have my personal space separate from work. I am 55 years old and I have health issues. I live in an apartment with my significant other." End quote. So Melody, thanks again for emailing us your situation. And I think, Adam, what we should do is kind of break this down.
Absolutely.
Sentence by sentence, because there's really a lot here given her specific situation. So let's start at the top. So she starts off by saying, "There's a strong possibility that I may be going from working in an office as a customer service representative to working from home." So I want to start with that because she's not sure if her job function is even going to be the same once her company asks her to start working from home.
I think that sounds like a perfect job to be doing from home, honestly. Because, I mean, that sounds like it's a very phone-intensive job. And, I mean, that's, right up the working from home alley.
Yeah, and I think a big part of her concern is she's just very uncertain because it seems like her company... Well, first off, Melody, I'll tell you this. I'm pretty sure that your company is going to have you working from home. So she said, there's a strong possibility, but I'm not really sure. I'll tell you right now, it's probably going to happen within the next week.
Yeah.
And the second thing is she's just not sure. Okay, now they're going to have me work from home. Am I going to be doing the same stuff, or are they going to have me transcribing customer service calls or doing marketing or doing something completely different than being a customer service representative? And so, Adam, tell us a little bit more. I mean, you and I both have experience not being customer service reps, but working the phones. What's that like doing it from home? And what are your tips there?
So in that regard, when it comes to, are they going to have you do other things? I would say don't worry about that to start with, because they're not going to be adding anything to your plate when you first start, because they're just like you right now. If they shift you from office work to work from home, they're not expecting anything different. They're just wanting you to continue the job that you've been doing. I mean, it might, in the future, they might talk to you about shifting, but at least as you're getting your feet wet to working from home, they're not going to be asking you to do anything separate, because, like I said, it's completely new for everybody, especially if there's nobody in your company doing it already, which it doesn't sound like there is. Then your company has no idea what to expect, just like you have no idea what to expect.
Yes, excellent point that you bring up, and that is, I think most people, everyone's transitioning, including the employer and the owner, the business owners, and sending a bunch of employees home and saying, hey, you can't do your job that you've been hired to do. You've got to learn how to code now. That's not the smartest business decision, and so they won't be doing that. So, Melody, I think you can definitely expect to be doing whatever you were doing in the office, you're going to be doing the same thing except from home. I think that's a pretty safe bet. And then Melody, she went on to say, and this kind of, it didn't surprise me, but I never really thought about this, because all the emails and the feedback that we've been getting, it's been Yahoo, like I get to work from home. I get to stay out late and party at home and drink and smoke weed and watch TV and enjoy life while working from home. But she actually came back and told us, I have never worked from home before. I'm not crazy about the change. I like my personal space separate from work. And my response to this is, number one, yes, a lot of folks, they feel the same way Melody does. And we never really thought about that, Adam. This is a huge transition for them. And what I would say is, first off, continue to listen to our show from beginning to end, because every episode we help you and the tens of millions of other workers out there. We help you transition from that corporate office to that home office. So continue to listen to our show. And
shameless plug.
Shameless. Well, really, I think the most valuable guidance and information is going to come for the show. But she also says, I like my personal space separate from work. And she did mention in her note that she lives in an apartment with her significant other. Now, I don't know if this is a 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment. I don't know if this significant other is a husband, wife, fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend. We don't know.
Right. But even if it's a small apartment, let's say, one thing you can do, Melody, is designate a spot that you're going to work during the day. And even if you don't have enough room to keep that as your office, find a place for you to stash your work stuff. So you can, let's say even if you're in an inefficiency, you most likely have a table or a couch that you can sit and work on. So let's say you're sitting at the table and you're doing your work and you're making your phone calls and you're doing all of that, and you're doing that from 8 to 5. And when 5 o'clock rolls around, pack it all up. You just pack it up, put it in a drawer, put it under your bed, put it somewhere else, out of sight, out of mind. If you have a space you can dedicate, specifically for a home office, then that's definitely something I would recommend. But if you don't have that space, just create the mental separation of, the day is over, I can stop, I'm going to put everything away, and now it's just my house.
Yeah, and I can give you my own personal perspective, because I've worked from my dorm room, I've worked from the beach, I've worked from studio apartments, 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, now a 2-story, 4-bedroom house. So I've worked in a lot of different situations. And going back to like the dorm room, for example, I know, Melody, you're not gonna like this answer from me, but I just never really separated my work from personal. Um, I I'm not saying that I was 100% work and 0% personal, or that I was 0% personal and 100% work. I'm just saying that um, I just, whatever was on my plate, whether it was personal, whether it was work, that got the focus of my attention. And as a business owner, again, this is not all work from home professionals, but as a business owner, if you want to make it in business, like if you want to start a company that's going to be able to sustain itself, you just kind of have to throw out that whole, personal space versus workspace, work life versus personal life. There is no such thing. And if you are going to try to quantify it and say, oh, I need to do 50% at work and I need to be 50% personal, you're not really going to succeed at either. So I know you don't like that answer, but at the same time, you're not a business owner, you're a customer service rep. And Adam, in my experience, I've worked with customer service reps when I used to work full time, and they had very set hours because they're working the phone lines. Most places, they're only, if you call any customer service department, they'll tell you on their automated voicemail, our standard operating hours are 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 p.m. Pacific. So in your case, I'm guessing if you're a customer service rep, you have a very set standard of hours, which is, could be 8 to 5 with a 1 hour lunch break in between. So that's going to help you separate very clearly your work life from your personal life, because once 5 o'clock rolls around, you don't have to open your computer and check your email or take calls. Like, that's the end of the phone time. And so it's going to be easy for you to put away that laptop, tuck it away, spend time with your significant other, and focus on your personal life. But again, as Adam said, even if you are in a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment, you have to figuratively create this workspace, and your significant other needs to be aware of this workspace. And I would even put something up, maybe put up a blanket. I've seen it's what people do in like San Francisco and New York City. They'll put up like blankets to divide rooms. I mean, people in New York, well, I remember my roommate was living with 8 people in it was like a 2-bedroom apartment in the Bronx. New York. In the Bronx. And that was 10, 11 years ago. Well, guess what? That's still the situation in New York City. And so these people in New York who are now in lockdown, they put up blankets and dividers and all sorts of things so that they have their space and their privacy. So you can go ahead and do that. Put actual physical, it doesn't even have to be imaginary, put physical dividers in there so that you have your workspace. And then when 5 o'clock rolls around, you can take it down and just sit back and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, you want to keep going on the email now? Because there's some good stuff she had in there.
She said, also, aside from the fear and worry of the CV-19 pandemic. So I want to break that down, because I think a lot of the fear that people have right now, and it translates over to their work. So even if you do have a job, people are worried, number one, am I going to become a victim of this Wuhan virus? Am I going to get it? And so they're worried about their own health. And she mentioned that. She said, I'm 55 years old and have health issues. So I think that's causing a lot of the fear. And my response to that fear and worry that she brings up, again, it's easier said than done. But one of my mantras in life is have no fear. So if you're doing what the CDC is telling you, you're in your apartment with your significant other, you're not going out. We've talked about eating healthy on previous episodes. You're eating healthy at home. Try to find a way to do some exercise. You could do it at home, maybe do some jumping jacks, some stretches, some yoga. Just go on YouTube, type in yoga. If you're doing all that, then I would just say you have nothing to fear or worry about when it comes to CV-19. And the other thing people are worried about is, okay, I'm not scared of CV-19, but the economy, the stock market, the country, the world is on lockdown or shutdown. And I'm not sure I'm going to have a job 2-3 months from now when things get back to normal. And Adam, what's your advice to her, or really to all those people listening? They're working from home and they're not sure if they're going to be invited back to the office.
I mean, unfortunately, if you're in her situation, there's not a whole lot that you can really do about that. So the best thing you can do is, when you're working from home, just make sure your work's not dropping off. Because if your work's starting to drop off and you go from top 5 employee to top 10 or 15, when those cuts come around, if they come around, you're potentially going to put yourself on the chopping block. So, I mean, in those situations she's in, being just an employee, yeah, you just have to prove your worth. And the best way to do that is to hunker down. But I think when she says that she has health issues, to me, whenever I heard that, my thought was, man, then working from home is even better. Because, if you're working from home, you don't have that commute where you're sitting in traffic, inhaling all the fumes, and you're not having to, be around other sick people, or, eating the junk food that people bring in, that they leave out in the office break room. I mean, it creates an environment where you're able to control your health more than you are when you're going out and being around all the other people.
Yeah, and the other thing that I want to reiterate, I know I already plugged our show and told you to listen to the show, but episode 3, the title of that episode is How to Transition from Work Office to Home Office. I think you should listen to that again and also take to heart that it is a transition. So I mentioned that the first 10 days or so when I started working from home, maybe the first 2 weeks, it was a huge transition for me. And for you, it's going to be the transition. But I guarantee you, Melody, contact us a month after you start working from home. Email us, hello@workfromhomeshow.com. Email us, and I guarantee you a month later, you're going to tell us that you've gotten acclimated to working from home, you have your schedule and your routine, and you're enjoying it, and you love spending time with your significant other, and your health is doing fine. I just have a feeling that's what you're going to say. But look, in life, whenever you start anything new, whenever there's any type of change, there's going to be fear. There's going to be worry. And I think you're going to feel that way for at least the first week, maybe even the first 10 days, like I did 7 years ago, living in downtown Baltimore. But we're humans. We were made to adapt. And I think you'll end up liking this new arrangement.
Yeah, definitely. And you said you live by the motto of no fear. I love to tell people when they say stuff like that is, you know what a wise man once said? Hakuna Matata.
It means no worries.
It means no worries. I mean, Timon and Pumbaa, they had it down. They're wise animals.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks, Melody, for the email. We were able to do an entire episode because of your kind question. And for all the other listeners out there, if you want to be featured on our show, if you want a shout out, email us, hello@workfromhomeshow.com. Visit our website, workfromhomeshow.com. Get on our mailing list. We're giving away all sorts of free stuff, not just my book, 50 Shades of Marketing. We'll as we move forward, I'll share some other goodies that we'll be able to give to you. Check us out. We're everywhere. Isn't that amazing, Adam? We're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
You can't stop us.
Stitcher.
You can't even contain us.
You can't contain us. The Chinese government can't even contain us. We'll have to talk about that on a future episode, about how the Chinese government is listening in on our podcast, but can't contain us, can't stop us. So thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in, and until next time, keep on working from home.